Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is supposed to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so every time I go live like now or post a new video. So, if you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book. Now, if you haven't already got a copy of this, please go and grab yourself a copy now. Type in Asexual Perspectives to Amazon or Waterstones, Barnes & Noble. Go and grab it because tomorrow we start Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, which celebrates our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it. And I launched that in 2017 when I published this book. So I'm going to be reading excerpts from this book from tomorrow for the whole of July, focusing on various topics about love, life and sex in regards to asexuality. So please get a copy of this to be ready for tomorrow. Okay, so you might not be able to get your hard copy for tomorrow, but you can get the Kindle copy certainly, and then you can order the hard copy as well, right? Because it's ace, it's a good book. Look how thick it is. This is a new copy, and this is my one copy. See? So, yes. Go and get yourself a copy of this now. So, I'm going to be talking to you briefly about Asexual Guide to Sex. If you didn't already know, Asexual Guide to Sex is my new book for asexuals. I'm currently finishing off. I've been working on it for 2 years now, but I had to have a break a bit this year. I hadn't done anything since before the 23rd of March until recently. So I've just started back working on that this week, and I really need to get it finished because I know loads of you are wanting it. So today I've been working a lot on it. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it because when I write, I'm at total peace with my soul. My anxiety reduces and it's incredible. It's like therapy for my soul, like nothing else I can explain on planet Earth. Right? It's like I'm married to my book and I'm happy, right? So, with the Asexual Guide to Sex, some people are like, why the hell are you writing about sex when loads of asexuals do not want sex, right? I'm doing it because there are some people who are asexual who want to try sex or are thinking about trying sex, right? And they want my help. And I believe in helping everyone on the asexual spectrum on this channel, right? From those that are very sex repulsed to those who are sex favourable. And because I've had people coming to me asking me questions about how to have sexual relationships if you're asexual, I wrote this book, right? And it's got 17 asexuals in besides me, and so 18 in total, telling our very own personal sex stories told in our own personal words from our own personal point of view, the good, the bad and the fugly about sex. That's what Asexual Guide to Sex is about. It's not saying do have sex if you're asexual. It says don't have sex until you've read me first. Do not have it at all, and then you can make a informed choice decision if you want to do it. Obviously, if you know you don't want sex, then you don't read the book, or read it for just curiosity to find out what other asexuals feel like when they go through that process of having sex when it's not natural to them, right? Some people will just buy the book purely for curiosity. They'll be asexual and they'll never want sex in their life, and that's okay too. But it's kind of good that you have the safety of being able to experience something through other people's eyes and mind without actually experiencing yourself. That's a very safe thing to do, right? And also it's better to explore what it's like before you even think about actually doing it for yourself. So with the Asexual Guide to Sex, currently today I've started writing a new chapter which is all about think about actually doing it for yourself. So with the Asexual Guide to Sex, currently today I've started writing a new chapter which is all about anxiety and sex and relationships, sexual relationships. And so a lot of asexuals, they have anxiety, a lot actually have depression too, and anxiety really does impact both a relationship without sex and a relationship with sex, right? So I think it's a very important chapter. It wasn't one that I intended to ever write in the book. It just all of a sudden came to me because obviously I have relationship anxiety that does impact how I interact with someone who's going to be in a potential relationship with me. And I think it's very good if I can help other asexuals and people who are in relationships with people who have anxiety, or people who are in a relationship with an asexual that has anxiety. I think it's very important that I write this chapter so people can understand us better, right? sometimes in life you have to just accept yourself who you are, right? You may have tried counselling, you may have tried therapy, and still you may have anxiety. I have generalised anxiety disorder, right? I didn't even realise it's an actual disability until last year, I think it was. And I'm like, crikey, I didn't realise it was a disability, because I tend to manage it well when I'm a single person, right? I manage it a lot better in general, unless there's any kind of major stuff going on that's kind of out of my control, and but it impacts me and I can't sort of get out of it. I can't really go into details, but I know what I'm talking about. So anyway, the only major thing that's consistently anxiety inducing is getting into a relationship or a potential relationship. That's consistently my one big thing that's a major anxiety for me. And so I thought, with the Asexual Guide to Sex book, seems that, you know, you should be basing it on a loving, caring, committed relationship before you have sex, ideally, right? We need to explore how anxiety impacts sex, sexual relationships, and relationships in general. Obviously, if you are feeling very anxious and nervous, the last thing you want to be doing is having sex, because if you are an asexual that is in a relationship with a sexual person or someone who wants sex from you, you have to understand that anxiety makes all your muscles tense up in that area and in your body, and you're not going to be relaxed to have sex or do it in a safe manner that's not going to hurt you, right? This stuff needs to be talked about. I'm educating on this channel. I'm not being vulgar or disgusting. I'm educating, right? Which is what we need in the world, right? Asexual Guide to Sex will help you have safe sex. It will help you to stay safe in your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. That is why I'm writing it. It's not just some other sex book. It's something that's very, very important to me, and important to asexuality, and important to society. You know, it's the raw, real truth about sex that no one wants to share, because people just want to glorify sex. That's not what the book's about. The book is about being raw and real, and really, really get into some of those hard topics that no one else wants to discuss. The nitty gritty, the not so nice side of sex, the actual reality of relationships, right? Liam, hi Sandra, you're gorgeous as always. So excited to see you, sweetheart. Big kisses for you, Liam. Big hugs and kisses. Lots of love. Thank you. Lots of love to you too. Thank you so much. So when we look in terms of anxiety, and if we're looking to have a sexual relationship with someone, we've got to, you know, obviously deal with the emotional side. Thank you for the thumbs up. Emotional side of the sexual relationship, and all the kind of normal side of the relationship as well. Sparky, hello, lots of love. Lots of love. Are you still with your asexual partner? It's lovely to see you. I'm going to be quick on this stream tonight. I've only got another 10 minutes to go because I'm Skyping my best asexual friend. I had to let you know that. But I'm in the middle of this, so I'm going to finish it. Right, so nice to see you, Sparky. Lovely, as always. So when you're dealing with a sexual relationship or any relationship, your anxiety is going to impact that. If you've got anxiety, it's no good use burying your head in the sand, pretending you don't have it. People can criticize you for having anxiety. There can be a lot of judgment, right? But what you need to do more than anything else, promise me you'll do this, is love yourself for who you are, right? Because if you do not, you'll be open to abuse. People abuse people who have got no self-worth, no self-respect, and don't love themselves for who they are. So despite any mental health condition you have, despite anything like anxiety or depression, you need to love yourself for who you are and think you are worth it, right? Sparky, yes, I'm going great. Brilliant. So Sparky's still in a relationship with an asexual and it's going great. This is good. And they're not asexual themselves. I have to let you know that. So what you need to do is you need to understand that your worth and your value doesn't decrease just because you've got a mental ill health, right? There are thousands of people around the world that have some mental ill health, have some anxiety, or special needs. You know, there's people who are autistic, people who have depression, people who have anxiety, people who have lots of different stuff that's gone in their life that's caused some trauma. And this is the reality of the situation, right? Yes, you can get therapy. Yes, you can get counselling. Yes, you can try and help yourself. But at the end of the day, we have to deal with the situation, the person that is in front of us, how they are in the moment. Rather than try and change them or invalidate their feelings, you don't want to be doing that. You want to foster a very positive and safe environment in which to have a loving, committed relationship, whether that involves sex or it doesn't involve sex. You need to make them know that they are worth it. They are worth it, love. And they need to feel that for themselves, right? I have generalized anxiety disorder, like I said. It doesn't mean to say I'm less worthy of love just because I have that, right? In actual fact, if I even try to have a relationship, that is a huge deal to me, and the person should respect the fact that it takes me a lot more time, energy and effort to be able to have a successful relationship and and to be able to be healthy in that relationship and to be able to work on it. I'm actually using a lot more of my time, energy and effort, because when you have anxiety, you tend to overthink things. You do tend to think about things more. You'll think about the other person more. You'll think about what you do more, and you will be more tentative. You'll be more emotional, right? You'll want kind of more emotional attachment. You will be more emotionally attached. You'll be more sensitive, and so all of these qualities, can be a good thing, right? And if a person is prepared to kind of risk their anxiety to be with you and to try and have a healthy, happy, successful relationship with you and put time, energy and effort into that, that is actually a wonderful thing they are doing for you. Similarly, if you are with someone who's anxious, then you need to understand what you're taking on board. If they've been upfront with you, you need to understand there's certain things that you can do to help them, like reassure them that you're not going to leave them, let them know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis so they feel included in your life, show them that you care about them, show them it's not just about sex. If you're having sex with them, make them feel safe, secure, give them clarity and peace of mind, all the type of things that would induce insecurity. You need to do the opposite of that, right? So if you love a person, you should love them for who they are as a person. And if you are having a sexual relationship, you can't expect them to have sex if they're tense, nervous, anxious, they're feeling insecure, no direction in the relationship, they don't know where the hell it's going, they don't know what you're doing, they're worried sick. That's not going to help foster a happy, positive sexual relationship or a happy, positive, healthy relationship, full stop, where it's a romantic relationship or something else. It's not going to happen, right? So if you want a happy, healthy, successful relationship and you've chosen to be with someone with anxiety, you need to help them in that relationship, to help both of you. You should be sharing your wants, needs, desires, both of you, open and honest. Now, you may be two people who have both got anxiety, right? And you need to be able to openly express that and say how your anxiety affects you, because it might affect one person completely differently, or very differently, or partly differently to the other person. And you have to understand that no one size fits all. I might be anxious about certain things that other people aren't. Like when I did my anxiety disorder test, which I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, I believe it's level 4 I've got according to what they told me, which is quite high. I think 5's the highest. Then I didn't have social anxiety. I had every other type of anxiety, but not social anxiety. So if I'm going out in a social situation, I'm going to be okay, right? But I can get a little bit anxious even when I go out clubbing on my own. But most people would if they're going out on their own as a female, right, at night. But I just like the gain of dancing and gain of being happy and gain of throwing myself out there is just more for me than actually the anxiety I feel. Liam, you are definitely worth so much love. Your future Indian partner would have found a unique, beautiful person. Oh, thank you, Liam. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I love you, Liam, so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, I love that. You're definitely worth so much. Your future Indian partner would have found a unique, beautiful person. Well, I look forward to meeting that right Indian guy for me. As you know, I met someone recently who wasn't right for me, unfortunately. But yes, the right person will love me for who I am, will care for me and see my value worth despite and in spite of any anxiety I have, and they will make me feel secure, happy and everything. So, in order to make someone feel good if you're anxious, you need to be giving that person clarity, confidence, security in the relationship. And no person who doesn't know what the hell they want, who isn't giving you any clarity, who isn't giving you any security, that's not going to be good if you're an anxious person. You do not want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't know where their relationship's headed. They don't know what they want. They don't know how to envisage the future with you. They can't give you crystal clear answers on things. They confuse you. They give mixed signals. They contradict themselves. This type of person is no good for an anxious person, right? It's the opposite of what you want, right? You might find that you come across people that are unavailable for a relationship, people that can't commit to a relationship. This is not the type of person that a person who suffers with anxiety or has anxiety needs to be in a relationship with. It's the opposite, right? You need someone who's a very stable and secure person for you. So kind of the opposite in some ways of your anxiety, going kind of up and down. You need someone who's secure in themselves, who's secure in what they want in the relationship, who drives the relationship forward, who pursues you, someone who reassures you, someone who makes you feel safe, secure, loved, someone who can give you a strong foundation of security and confidence within that relationship. Someone who gives you an end goal, right? You shouldn't get into a relationship with someone who can't even see an end goal with you. You should always be able to have goals, ambitions and dreams as an individual person, but also as a relationship unit team, because you're meant to be a team, right? That's the whole point of having a relationship. You're not solo anymore, you're part of a team, and as a team you have to work together on what you want for your future team to have, you know, what's the end goal, right? It's like if you go to a football match, I hate sport, but if you go to a football match, you want to score as many goals as possible, right? In a relationship, it's like, do you want to end up living together? Do you want to end up having kids together? Do you want to end up married? Do you want to end up just living near each other? Do you want to take classes together? Do you want to travel together? What is it you actually want to do? How do you envisage the end goal of what your relationship would look like when you're settled and happy together? You know, how would it look like on a day-to-day basis? How will you keep the relationship alive, survive and thriving? How will you build more intimacy and create more of an emotional bond? All this type of thing, right? The person should be seeing you in their future. If they can't see you in their future, they've got no direction. The relationship is not going anywhere. It's directionless, and that is the last thing an anxiety-induced person wants, is directionless. They want stability, security, direction, clarity, confidence, security, and, you know, stability, right? This is what they need. So, and if they've got this type of thing and they feel happy and you're fostering a very deep emotional connection with them, which you will do if you're a lot more open and honest and reassuring the person, which is what an anxious person needs, then obviously if you have any intimacy on any level, where it's talking or sharing secrets or touching or obviously having a sexual relationship, then it's going to be a lot more better, because the trust and emotional connection is going to be so much deeper, powerful, securer, happier, healthier and clearer than ever before. So it's absolutely essential that if you're not that type of person, if you're a person that's all over the place and what the frigging heck they want, sort your life out first before you get into relationships, so you don't hurt anyone, right? And so you don't upset an anxious person. The last thing an anxiety-induced person needs to get is into a relationship with someone who doesn't make them feel secure, doesn't give them clarity and confidence, because it will make their anxiety worse, and they'll take that to another relationship and keep feeling more and more anxious the more they get these type of people. So if you're an anxious person and you're coming across a lot of non-committal, don't know what the frigging heck they want relationships, I'd advise to stay single for now, heal yourself as much as possible, and don't get into relationships or potential relationships with these type of people, because they'll just make your anxiety worse, and you'll take that to a new relationship, and therefore it won't bode well for your new relationship, because it'll kind of be more and more harder the more relationships you get into like that, because they're actually inducing your anxiety and building it bigger and making it worse for you. So take some time out, realise not everyone is that way, and that you will find someone who loves you in the end for who you are. And if you don't, stay single, because it's better to be single than be with the wrong person. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I have to Skype my best asexual friend. Lots of love. Nice to see you, Sparky. Nice to see you, Liam. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see you soon. Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month is tomorrow starting. Don't forget I got your copy of my book. Bye.